discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week, guys, we have a kind of a little departure for us. Don't worry if you are been here for the 1998 news. We'll be back to it
We
eventually. That
will.
30-year-old T isn't going anywhere, I promise.
And don't I know it?
So, um, but you guys are in for a little bit of a treat today because, as you know, Kelsey is new to wrestling. Therefore, there is so much wrestling we have not even begun to tap into. And if you didn't listen to our interview with Nick Pearl of the Rambling About Wrestling podcast, we talked just briefly about Lucha Underground, and I love Lucha Underground. I remember when it was like out and about in the world in like I guess it's 2014 and like onward. Don't exactly remember when I came across it. Those were dark years. Um, so some
I'm like, whoa, those were dark years. It's like,
so
huh. And then I was like,
somewhere in there, I was definitely escaping to the world of Lucha Underground, but
right,
I
right.
knew that this was going to be right up Kelsey's alley because it is it's it's wrestling, which we love, but it's the aesthetic
Ugh,
and like character work like turned up to like 11 that like I absolutely knew that you would eat up.
to be
So like
seen.
I felt like I needed you to have like a better base understanding of wrestling before
Of
we could
course.
dive into all of that because it is
Yes.
so much.
You have to
um
you have to learn how to get the basic reading before you start dipping into the different genres.
no,
I feel.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. But to be seen
But
this way because it was beautiful.
but guys, so we are going to do something a little bit kind of new for the show. We are going to continue this a little adventure into Lucha Underground just because I love it so much. Kelsey loves it so much. But don't worry, we're still gonna go back in time. We're gonna probably do it on like an every other kind of episode basis whenever we're not interviewing wrestlers. Which if you guys have been around for a couple years, pops off every summer because the show,
Uh-huh.
like me, become social with the warm weather. So like,
It's honestly so true. And you and I are just like in the cold winter months, we are so
we are
it's
so work is
so
so much.
period.
We are so not with it. Like,
Yeah, it's actually kind of messed up that the most functioning sort of I feel is actually I don't know if that's true. I was gonna say during summer, but actually I feel like a very locked in individual in the winter, and now I'm just loosey goosey with it, which is the best
mm,
time to have all these
right,
interviews because
right,
we're
right,
just
right,
like
right.
wheeling and dealing fancy free. But this is
Um,
like the nicest thing you've done for us. Like you've done so many nice things for us, but this
this
is
is
a
good.
beautiful thing. This is a
I'm
beautiful thing.
excited. All right,
Pats for
guys.
Patrick.
So, now me patting my own head, insane. Um, so, so starved.
You're like,
Um,
ooh, wee.
ooh, affection. All right, guys, let's set the
Mm.
scene. We open with that classic like Lucha Underground logo that like it gives
Wow.
that like Dolby surround kind of like vibe.
The yeah,
And
totally.
then
I know a
we
lot of you
get
bitches have this tatted. I
oh,
know a lot of you
absolutely.
bitches have this logo tatted. I just
And if
know
you
it.
do, show us. Please share.
Please,
You can
please.
you can share with us at N2 the number W podcast on Instagram. Please do. I
I
love a
would
little
love to
DM.
see that. Hmm.
So but we have what is probably the most like cinematic opening sequence
Wow.
of a wrestling show ever. It is just like choreographed movie-esque fight scene. And we had like this one mask like luchador essentially like talking to this like shadowy figure, like being like, come with me. And then it kind of like opens up into the next little promos, which is, and then it goes into like the history of like the seven tribe, like the seven Aztec tribes, and like the 100 years of lucha libre, and like it's so good. It really kind of sets the scene for like what we're about to like dive into, and then that brings us to our kind of our head honcho,
Mm-hmm.
our seemingly main antagonist,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be the promoter, the owner, the big bad himself, Dario Cueto.
Mm.
And like I love it because he really just he fulfills that like skeevy
Yes.
boss, rat like boss,
Yes, the greasy
to like a
hair.
T.
And you just
The
wonder
like
why God gave him such good
unwillingness.
hair.
Well, I mean, Hispanic.
Right.
You
Don't know.
gotta, it's a different ball game.
They're playing with different rules over there, and I should know
um
this.
so we get the kind of like we kind of get a sense of like what he's about, but he's really playing that like ratty-esque promoter, big promises, not a lot of like willingness to actually pay, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
that
lot
like
of money, but he's stingy for some reason.
right,
It's
right.
weird. Yeah.
And then that takes us to, I mean, essentially he shows up in like various Mexican promotions. And this is all in the opening segment, by the way. This is all just like in
It's beautiful
cinema.
storytelling.
Um, he's apparently been like going to like Mexican promotions, just like offering up like stacks of cash and being like, come fight for me, and like in America, like I'll give you your like American debut, like in like it's very like Fight Club-esque
Love
kind of
it.
vibe. And then that takes us into the actual temple itself. We've got like a whole band playing. We meet the commentary team of Matt Stryker and Vampiro of WCW fame, as well as being well traveled in Mexico. Matt Stryker had his little stint in WWE as a wrestler, transitioned into commentary on his kind of way out. But this combo is one of my favorite combos in
Whoa.
wrestling commentary, I think ever.
Period.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it is the combination of the love that Vampiro has for Lucha Libre and the respect that he has for it and the experience he like brings with the just absolute like fantastic explanations of wrestling. Um, he Matt Stryker can like break down wrestling like for the new to wrestling people.
It's
He is
period.
telling you exactly why the move is damaging, what the wrestler needs to do to get out of it. Like, he just does such a great job of explaining like what is going on, and in a like it's the pacing is good, the information is good. He throws it back to Vampiro, and
Yes.
Vampiro's there for like he is the comedy, he is the experience. Like,
Yes.
it works. I love it.
It really, and Crystal and I were just talking about this sensation or this phenomenon, and you would know exactly what this is when you work with a specific person in either customer service or food service, and that one person where the two of you lock in, and without having to say words, you bob and weave and this and that and throw things together and da da da
Hmm.
da. I got that. Like, there's minimal communication, but like that's how the dynamic felt between them because it's like I'm giving you this, you're giving me that, you're saying this, I'm saying that. Like it felt so like egoless, like
Hmm.
so equally balanced, that little live cam kind of feeling on
Oh, that
the
they cut back to it. There, yeah, there is a
love.
shot of, and again, like kudos to Lucha Underground for doing something completely different as far as the camera work goes.
Yes.
Both as
Incredible.
far as like the general aesthetic, like the filter, the lighting, all is unique to Lucha Underground.
Wow.
But also the like that cam to the commentary is something that they use now in like
I was just
WWE
gonna
and
say,
like
because
whatever.
now you see it.
Right.
I
But
never
back
seen that
then,
before.
new. They would cut to, when they had like a larger speaking segment, they would, pan over to the announce table. But like having a live reaction feed, like while the action is happening is amen.
Beautiful.
Because when Vampiro goes, I gotta get up, like if you're listening, like, okay, he stood up, but like
And
you
then
watch this man get up clapping, pacing, like so into the match. It adds a little something.
it's so
Um,
good.
so fantastic. We get into the temple. The temple is I love the temple because it is so simple. It is entrance stairs, ring, Dario Cueto's office. That's it.
It's
And
so
I and
fierce.
and I that it's I love it because it's like it's one of those like plays where the set is so simple, um and it's the
Yes.
characters that are the play, um
Yes.
and
Oh
that's
yeah.
why it's in part why it relies so heavily on the cinematic aspect and the backstage segments and the segments in his office. It's because they literally don't have the space, but I
Hmm.
think it makes it so special, when it's just like this is where the show it gives the same vibe as like what I imagine the ECW arena like felt like, where it's
Like
like
an intimacy.
this is our spot, this is where we come back to, like this is where this show lives.
A home base.
um
It's so true. And I don't ever think about that, like in terms of the WWE obviously travels. Like obviously I know that, but to make that
mhm.
connection where it's like the 2300 arena is the 2300 arena. Like I'm
Correct.
like,
Right.
but and this is the temple is we're meeting at the temple. We're going to the temple, we're watching Lucha Underground. I like don't didn't like make that
Hmm.
what it is in my head until
Well,
just
it's
now.
it's also like this is your first episode, so you haven't seen, like,
Fair.
you wouldn't know that they all just it's all takes place here.
I love
And
that. I
and I
also love the
love
stairs.
fantastic, but it
Hmm.
also it forces them to get creative in the space, because it's like if you're
Wow,
always
yeah.
operating out of the same space, like eventually you're gonna have to like spice it up. You're gonna have to find a new way to entertain people because they will have seen in one way or another most things. So
That's so
it gets
cool.
pretty crazy, the way that they incorporate just that entire warehouse, because
Again, like
it's
what's his he said he was like this becomes a character in and of itself. Like the
right.
building is a character in and of itself. And I was like, T.
I love that. Dario Cueto welcomes everybody to the temple. He's basically just like, I have invited all of the best fighters from all over the world. And I believe in what we're doing here so much so that I am offering $100,000 signing bonus to the wrestler, the luchador that impresses me the most. And you're like, okay, he's got the briefcase full of money. We're like, all right. Right.
Sure.
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 And then that's gonna take us into I actually didn't mind the promo. It was very, get rich or die trying, and you're like, sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, huge
Um,
fan.
and then that takes us into our first contest, which is Blue Demon Jr., the third generation, the third iteration, however you wanna call it, taking on Chavo Guerrero. How fun.
Amazing. I literally said I was like, what a perfect inaugural match for this. Cause it's like
Hmm.
two
Like
forces.
stalwarts of
Yeah,
like
like and so you
lucha.
see them coming out and like I don't know Blue Demon Jr., but I know obviously he comes from a lineage of luchadors. So it's like I'm sure people there are like, oh shit. Like, and
Hmm.
obviously the Guerreros, like, do we
And
even
Blue
have to
Demon, like that
discuss?
character is like in Mexico is like it's like a comic book hero. Like he's
Yes.
in cartoons. He's
I
like
love that.
that character, like, and the Guerreros are such a like just profound family that has had so much success in wrestling, that these like two like they dip into it like a little bit. They talk about like how their families have, butted heads like along the way, because obviously you're gonna,
Right?
wrestling's not that big of a world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. It's two veterans, two people who are very in the know of what they're doing. It's a match you'd expect two veterans to have. It is like there's a feeling out process. They're like trying to get the better of each other. Um, the blue demon gets like a leg injury at some point, but he ends up picking
Hmm.
up the victory over Chavo with like a crazy submission. The legs look like a sharpshooter, but the upper body part is kind of like in like a like I don't even know how to describe it. Like you do, it's like a full stretch. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like
Um,
it's like you're on the ground, but like you're sideways and you're like, I don't know. I
yeah,
imagine
yeah,
it's what
yeah.
like a scorpion's body.
It's
Like
like half abdominal stretch, half sharpshooter. It's very weird.
it's ow. It hurt. The
um, uh,
technical term is ouchie.
I thought it was fantastic. And then we
Lovely.
get a cutscene to Dario discussing in his office over some scotch, brandy, who knows. Conan, who's basically he's just Dario's like running his mouth. He's like, "Oh my God, like I'm so excited like a legend like you would be like willing to like work for me, blah 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 blah." And Conan goes, "I don't know about all that working for you bullshit, but I want a piece
Amazing.
of that." He's like, "I want a piece of that." What do you say,
The
Fetty?
Fetty girl. I was
The
like,
Fetty that you keep throwing around, and I'm
this
like,
is the show for me. There's
so
cursing
real.
immediately. We're using the slang. Like we're saying like, oh, he got hella air.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm more concerned about that Fetty you're throwing around. I said, oh,
Mm,
I was like,
so
this is the
good.
best day of my life.
They're like discussing this like luchador that Conan has apparently taken under his wing. And then Dario lets us know that he has signed one of the hottest free agents in the world, and at this point he very much so was. It's Johnny Mundo, aka Johnny Nitro, aka John Morrison, aka Johnny Elite, Johnny TV, whatever you want to call him. He's
It's
had men.
Johnny Nitro.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Stupid.
yeah. So that's him.
I kept looking at him and going like, he is
Why do I know
so
you? Why do I know
familiar
you?
to me. And I
You
literally
also know Prince Puma, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Xavier did ask me, he's like, do you want to know who they are before? And I was like, I might, but not yet. Like
Not yet.
we just got here, but like let me see. Let me see.
So please, everyone, respect. So then that takes us into um uh, another video package of
Mm.
Prince Puma getting trained by Conan. Like he's like Conan's explaining um basically the origin of Prince Puma, and he's essentially goes into like how the seven Aztec tribes each had their own champion, and their champion would go off and like fight, and they those were the original luchadors. You know, it's like the original Earthbenders were the Badger Moles. Um, um,
Okay. Okay.
so they go into like these champions would have these like fights and they would the winner would take the head of the loser, and today's luchadors like express that with the mask, so it's like that's why there's such a significant like a historical significance behind the mask, and why it is such a like so looked down upon if a luchador should lose their mask,
Mm.
because there is a like a historical like representation bit to it that they don't really ever
So
go into.
so
um
cool. I love that so much.
So cool. And then that takes us back to the temple for our next contest, which is Son of Havoc taking on Sexy Star. Son of Havoc, we will see more. He's from the open road, stocky white guy, big long beard, black mask.
Hmm.
And then his opponent, we get a video package introducing Sexy Star, and it's fantastic. It's amazing.
That's
She's
amazing.
basically just like when I looked in the mirror, I used to see like a woman afraid. Like I come from like a history of abuse. I like essentially it's essentially like she takes up the mantle for like women. She tries to take up the mantle for women so that they have somebody to look up to so that they don't have to feel like they have to live in fear, that sort of stuff.
It was
And
like really beautiful.
it was really beautiful, and like she's like English is not her like first language. She did it amazingly. Like
Hmm.
it she really relayed the character that she's like trying to portray. It was good. It was all around great.
I
She's
love
like
her immediately. I was like, well, I'm in love
I
with her.
love no, oh, fantastic. So she comes out. And I love Vampiro on commentary. He's just like, she's going to kick his ass. Like, this is
She is
great.
a warrior. She fights everyone. She like he was just literally
No,
Come on, Diva,
1,000.
beat him up.
1000%. Son of Havoc basically goes, I'm not gonna fight a woman, so why don't you just go take yourself, go get yourself counted out and go live to like fight another day. And she's like, okay, sure. And then she goes out, the ref
I
starts
love her.
counting, waits for him to turn around, immediately gets back in the ring, jumps his ass from behind, and kickstarts the match.
Queen
Fantastic.
shit. Queen shit.
No, it was great. It was a great showing on her part. Lots of aggression. It was, again, it was, we're in the introductory of all of these characters. We're really going to see them come out of their shells a little bit as we go along. Son of Havoc picks up the victory with this crazy backbreaker. Yeah, she
It
done.
was wild.
But that is not the last we have seen of either, and I love it. We're gonna. Any thoughts?
I just love her so much. I think the fastest way to become a heel for me is to say I'm not gonna play him.
No,
So
1000%.
immediately I was like, get his fucking ass. I hate him. Like
100%.
whatever.
You, Vampiro was literally just like shouting your thoughts.
100. Again, I every time Vampiro said anything, I was like, okay, twin. I was like, twin,
No,
stop. Oh
no,
my God.
100%.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
mean, it was really great. I mean, she is crazy. She is a freak. She's so good.
Hmm.
Athletic. She has like great timing. Her character is so interesting. Her hair is incredible. Like, I'm a big fan. And he did a great job of being a dick because I hated him. So,
Right. Perfect. And then that takes us into a backstage segment, where Chavo is backstage down on his luck, and Dario decides like now is the time for the
he's like,
flagellation. He said, so like well, he's like, what happened, Chavo, the like famous
oh my
Guerrero? I
God.
thought you were gonna like put an end to the Blue Demon, like pick up the like $100,000. Like, what would your grandfather say? What would your uncle Eddie Guerrero say? Not I was like, woo, not invoking the uncle. That's crazy.
Never do that.
And then he's basically just like, well, since you couldn't get the job done, I'm gonna have to be forced to bring somebody in who can. And unfortunately for all of us, once he's here, I can't control it. And I was like, so then why are you?
Why are we bringing him?
I was like, wait, you still like nothing has happened yet.
There's other steps that can happen. That's like this
You can
reminded me
make
of this.
other decisions.
There was this tweet a million years ago where it was like this girl was like, if you want to know who your real friends are, get pregnant. And some guy responded and said, I feel like there's so many other things you could do before you do that. Like, but to figure out, like, I just don't think
That's
that has to.
crazy. No,
That's
100%. I'm
literally
like,
what happened.
oof. But we're like, okay. But then that takes
Sure.
us into our main event, which is Johnny Mundo taking on Prince Puma. And honestly, I stopped taking notes at this point because it was just so freaking good.
God, it
Um,
was amazing.
their chemistry is off the charts. Johnny Mundo is like this parkour freak with like 10 abs.
Like
Prince
abs on
Puma
abs.
100% is also ridiculously athletic. Um, doing Power Ranger shit basically.
Power
Like
Ranger shit.
it was bonkers. It was so fast. The timing was amazing. The chain wrestling was great.
Oh,
It was back and forth. You really didn't know who was going to pick up the victory. The commentary team was absolutely eating. The
amazing.
crowd fell in love with Prince Puma. Like it was a win all around. Just
I also have no notes. I was like, this is just, I literally just wrote, girl, what's happening?
no, literally, they're fighting on the announce table, which I love because of the little camera. So good. The match ends with Johnny. I think they call it the end of the world.
Hmm.
El fin del mundo, and like that's in WWE it was called Starship Pain, which is insane. But it is that split-legged corkscrew moonsault that Johnny Mundo does as his finisher.
What the
Um,
fuck?
crazy. It's
Hey,
insane.
what?
Hey, what?
Because when he first did the attempt, he landed on his legs, and it gave me very much Rob Van Dam.
Right.
And I was like, sure. And then when he actually did it, and I was like,
No,
what?
100%. It's
What just
insane.
so crazy, so crazy.
So
So
crazy.
grateful. So grateful to have
Um,
seen it.
yeah, we're gonna see it a bunch. Because Johnny Mundo was here to stay.
And
But
that fit goes crazy. That big old coat, match the
with the
pants, match the
fur,
cuffs, man. Let me tell you, everyone's outfit was right and tight.
right.
Right and tight. Beautiful. I want
Absolutely.
no excuses. Also, I want to mention the ring is fierce. That like kind
Oh,
of old-timey parchment looking thing, and then the
the
medallion in the
giant ass.
middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So good. And
Beautiful.
that and that over that like Wile E. Coyote like over the shot cam over the ring cam.
Yes.
So good. So good.
And this is their first episode. So I,
Hooked. Hooked. I
I
know.
don't know.
Gagged.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for the stairs to come into play. I can't wait. Like
You
I
have no
love the
idea.
stair entrance. That's so
Yeah.
brilliant. Like that's so
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah, dude. It's
All
fantastic.
stairs, concrete, no railing. I know that shit's gonna be a problem soon.
For
I
sure.
know that's about to
For
be a
sure, for
problem
sure.
for some people.
Prince Puma's like notably upset. Like after the match,
Of course.
Johnny Mundo picks him up. They have a handshake, a show of respect. Love to see it.
Love.
Except Dario wants absolutely no part in that. A bunch of goons show up, beat up everybody.
Hmm.
And then the biggest, thickest dude you've ever seen comes in, choke slams Johnny Mundo.
A
Um,
vicious, vicious joke
100%.
slam.
Dario, like, literally, he's like, turns out nobody gets the money and these guys work for me. Ha 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 ha. And that's how we end the show.
He's like, just kidding. This was all a silly little joke, and this guy works for me. So
Right.
I'll see you guys right here next week or
No,
like whenever. But
1000%.
that guy was built like a brick shit house, huge,
Brick shithouse.
dense. I
I think
know he's
he,
heavy.
I believe in WWE, this is like 2006, 2007. If you remember the very short-lived ECW like revival, I think his
Mm,
name in on during that was Ezekiel. I don't remember what his name is or what his name is
right
going to be
now. Yeah,
here
yeah.
in Lucha Underground. But yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
little minions for 1 second gave me Kai and Tai. And I was like, what are you
Mm.
doing here? And I was like,
Yeah, it
no.
was like Kai and Tai, but like also like X the Boricuas.
Period. It was the
Like,
crossover. The crossover no one asked for and didn't want and do not require. Thank you.
right, right, 1000%.
Whoa.
But
Dude,
yeah.
fierce. Absolutely fierce. I love the opening of like to do a whole circle back. But like the opening of just like the guy, like they're just fighting in a warehouse, and then the guy's like,
Hmm.
there's a better way, brother. We come from it. Like we don't have to just
Right.
fight in the streets. We come from a lineage of warriors, and you need to tap into that and be like the baddest bitch you can be. And he was like, sign me up.
Sure. Right.
Cool. I'm in. I was like,
Right.
sure. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So fierce. I love this. The budget goes crazy. The dramatic the
Dude, you
between
have no
Conan,
idea. Just
I can't
wait.
wait. Between Conan and Dario in the office, I was like, this is again, I feel like this is like on a TV show. Well, it is obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
on like a
A
scripted
drama
drama at
level. Yeah,
like
yeah.
prime time on CBS. Like that's really
Right.
what it was giving. It was so good. I'm
I know.
so excited.
Yeah.
This
So
is
that's where they leave
so
us, guys.
exciting.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed our little
Female
tryst into
wrestlers.
Lucha Underground. Yeah, we're gonna see some real intergender wrestling. That's another
Holy
reason why we
shit.
get to like what is a fun one to watch because one, it's a bunch of like wrestlers who still wrestle today. So we can talk about that. And there's intergender wrestling. There, it's that lucha style that you like, and it's just the backstage segments are so drama, so drama.
And you know that's why I'm here.
No,
Harken back to
when
our very first episode ever at the New Wrestling Podcast. I said it's the drama for me.
no,
That's why I'm
100%.
here.
Nothing's changed.
Women wrestlers and they're not taking their clothes off. This is so exciting.
Oh, girl, I know, I know. So, all right, guys. Stay tuned. This has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, all that fun stuff. If you are hooked and want to see more of Kelsey's and myself's foray into Lucha Underground or our normal trek into the wide world of 1998 WWF, or if you're just here for our indie wrestling interviews, because
Yeah,
we've had a couple great ones recently. We've
the
got some
best.
to look forward to this summer. Thank you guys. For Kelsey, I'm Xavier. We'll catch you on the next one.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.